my heart, Holy Spirit, message of love to encourage me, lifting my heart from despair. How you love me and care for me, Lord, just speak to my heart. Speak to my heart, Holy Spirit, give me the words that will bring to life, words on the wings of the morning. The dark clouds will fade away if you speak to my heart. Speak to my heart, Holy Spirit, message of love to encourage me, lifting my heart from despair. How you love me and care for me, Lord, just speak to my heart. 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 Speak to my heart, Lord. Give me your holy word. If I can't hear from you, then I'll know what to do. I won't go alone. I'll never go on my own. Just let your spirit guide and let your word abide. Speak to my heart, Lord. Give me your holy word. If I can't hear from you, then I'll know what to do. I won't go alone. I'll never go on my own. Just let your spirit guide and let your word abide. Speak to my heart, Lord. Give me your holy word. If I can't hear from you, then I'll know what to do. I won't go alone. I'll never go on my own. Just let your spirit guide and let your word abide. Speak to my heart, Lord. Give me your holy word. If I can't hear from you, then I'll know what to do. I won't go alone. I'll never go on my own. Just let your spirit guide and let your word abide. Speak to my heart, Lord. Give me your holy word. If I can't hear from you, then I'll know what to do. I won't go alone. I'll never go on my own. Just let your spirit guide and let your word abide. Speak to my heart, Lord. Give me your holy word. If I can't hear from you, then I'll know what to do. I won't go alone.
Hi, let me ask you a question, mothers. Who's taking care of you? Are you taking care of you? Probably not. Well, I have something that I want you to hear. Not a lot of questions today, just a conversation. Thank you for tuning in to Mother's Need. Come back and we'll get into it. Hi, ladies. This one is just for the moms. Sorry, everybody, but it is. Thank you for spending this time here with me on Mama's Knee. I asked the question, who's taking care of you? As mothers, our jobs are so busy. We do so much in a day, depending on how many children we have, how many activities they're in, if we're watching grandchildren, do we have a job of our own? Is that one job or is that two jobs? And then there's that thing when you are falling apart on the inside. Who do you go to listen to you and to talk to you? Especially at this time of the year, I find a lot of people stressed. And I don't know if it's just because of the holidays, because I hate to think that we run ourselves ragged totally for Christmas. And I do get it. Trust me, my kids are small, I do understand. But self-care is important. It's very important. It's important for your mind, your body, and your soul. Each day, you need to find time for you. Self-care is not selfish, it's selfless. And if you don't take care of you, who's going to take care of you? I equate that to this. Remember when you're on a plane and the stewardess is telling you that if something should happen, you should put the mask over yourself first instead of your children, because if you pass out, then who's going to help them? This is the same thing. If mama's not good, nobody's good. Nix the whole thing when they go, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy. Well, that may be true in some houses, but when mom's down, things just don't run the same. I don't care if you're a young mother, old mother, I don't care if you're a grandmother. We are always busy doing everything for everybody instead of the most two important people. Now, this is going to sound selfish, but first is God. First is God. Then you. Because if you take care of God and spend that time with Him, then everything else underneath that umbrella will come together. Perfect example, if I don't start my day in devotions and praise and worship, I feel like something is missing because I didn't get myself centered. And yes, I can talk to Him during the day, but it's just that habitual thing that we do. Like if you take a bubble bath alone, I don't know if you got small kids, but remember, you can't go to the bathroom by yourself because they're knocking on the door. My kids were sitting on the step while I was in the bathroom. And it's like, what? Give me a moment. All jokes aside though, if you yourself as a spiritual mom, grandmom, auntie, do not set aside time with God to hear from God, then everything else that you do, it just doesn't run smoothly. Not saying you can't do it, but it sure is different. The first commandment is love God with all your heart and soul. The second one is love thy neighbor as thyself. Please learn to love yourself. And I'm not talking about pampering. Nothing's wrong with a mani and a pedi. That's fine. How about sitting down with your journal, a cup of hot tea, just to breathe in? Do you have a place in your home where you can go, even if it is the bathroom, even if it is, in the laundry room, even if it's in the baby's room, if it's just you, just taking a breath, just to be, just to hear your own heartbeat. There's a toolbox that I used to have, and in it was a lot of things that brought me joy. Some of them were childish. A lot of them were the things that I used to do as a child that brought me joy. Because for me at that time in my life, I needed to escape until this place that was childlike, where I didn't have any worries, I didn't have any cares. I had a little Bible of Psalms, because as a child, that was my favorite book. I had crayons, I had paper, I would doodle, I had a little journal. But it was just that place for me, because at the time, there was 6 children in my home, and I just needed that peace and quiet. And then I had a Crayola box full of crayons. It was childish. My girlfriend, she has needlepoint in hers. Another, they have cards that they just read over and over again. And another one has a prayer closet that she goes to. And just like there was a movie where the woman just put up sticky notes, just letters to God, affirmations. Do you even do that? Affirmations in the morning. I am well. I am clothed in my right mind. I am a good mother. I show my children love and the love of God. Anything that's going to give you peace. Sometimes it's singing. How about taking a nature walk with God? That I love. Not a hiker, but that I love. Reading. I have a coworker who reads to elementary school students. Now, to me, that doesn't sound like a break, but for her, that brings her joy and peace. What I'm saying is find that thing that you do just for you. And it could be with a friend, it could be with a family member, it can be. But sometimes we need solitude. How do you hear from God? My world is so loud and so moving constantly. I will go in my room and I will sit, shut the door, turn off the TV, I have to make myself put down the phone, or I'm answering texts, or I'm writing an email. When is God? When is it God's time? Your time and God's time. Another thing in the tool book is pray. Pray without ceasing. Pray for the things pray for more time. Pray for everybody to be taken care of where they can take care of themselves, because sometimes we take on too much as a parent. We do not delegate. This person can do this one, or that can do that, or a husband or dad or significant other can do that. Delegate. Learn this one word. No. No. What do you not understand, Mom? The N or the O? It's no. It's okay. Say it with me. No. No. Make a habit of it. Even in your bathroom, in the mirror. No. Brushing your teeth. No. No. I used to say no just for GP because I didn't want my children to grow up like me and always have a yes. Now it's like, I can't do that. Know your limitations. I threw out my mother super cape long time ago. So if I'm failing at it to some kids, grown or not, okay. I need to ask myself, God, Abba, how am I doing? We beat ourselves up. We take on the world. Throw away your cape. Come to yourself. It's needed. Like silence, just mere silence. And for some people, silence is very loud. See, it was a moment, just a second. And for some people, that's uncomfortable. Be comfortable in your silence. Be comfortable with yourself. Watch what God will do. He will talk to you. The things that we pray about, He'll answer. But how do you know He's answering if you're moving all the time, you can't see? Another thing, which is my favorite, journal. Journal. Ollie's got them for $2.99. Ask me, I know. Every 3 months I go get 5 or 6. Have a prayer journal. Have an affirmations journal. How about doing an affirmations board like you do a vision board each year? New Year's coming up. Make my time board, a board that's just for you, things to do, because sometimes I'm thinking, ooh, there's nobody in the house with me. What am I going to do? and I sit and I do absolutely nothing. Because we almost forget what it's like to do when we're not being a spouse, a mother, grandmother, a caregiver for somebody else. And let's not even talk about that. If we're a caregiver for a parent, if we're a caregiver for a child that can't do for themselves, especially for the moms that are taking care of their parents or grandparents. We need to pray for them as well as we're praying for the shut-in or the person that's sick. That right there, that will stress you. And even though at the end of the day, the person that you should go to, the thing that you should do is stay close to God. Sometimes we'll even forget to do that when we're talking to Him real quick. As a mom, our jobs are never, ever done. They're never easy. I know right now a lot of people I know personally are heavy laden with things that they're going through in their finances and their body, what their children are going through. A lot of things, like I'm amazed at the things that I'm hearing. They're prayer points, don't get me wrong. But as a mom, I personally, let me talk to you just personally for a moment. As a mom personally, yes, my youngest may be able, 17, may be able to do for himself. But until he has his driver's license, there's taking him to work, there's taking him to school. Now for me, personally, I have someone, his father does that. But what about the ones that don't have that? At the end of the day, you barely want to drive yourself home. Or you could be like me, taking the long road home just to just be, to distress from your day. Find that time and that place to take care of you. And if you're someone who can afford to take a trip, do it. Do it just to get away. Find a retreat to go to. Do something for you so when you get back to your family, that you are whole. Because we serve our families haphazardly because we're doing so many things. How many times have you forgot, oh, I got this to do, that to do, oh, and I write that down, or worse, it's on your phone and you forgot. Get away from your phone, get away from the TV. Try it for 24 hours just to be you, to be alone with God, to close your eyes. Have you ever laid in the tub and let the water come over your ears and close your eyes? You can hear your own heartbeat. That is a beautiful sound. It makes me say, God, thank you that I'm living and I'm breathing in this body. It does something. I know it sounds really weird, but I know I'm not the only one who has tried that. Even if you're in a swimming pool, your own, if you go to the Y or to the gym, just try it. It is peaceful and quiet. And to the new mothers, I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot. But it does get easier. They do get older. To the middle-aged mom, they're almost teenagers, hold on. And then too, I hear also that doing for my family brings me joy. I know, nothing's wrong with that. But God needs you to be whole. Your family needs you to be whole. We get run down, we get sick, we get body ailments, we get headaches, we get anxiety. I cast all that out. I don't make New Year's resolutions, but January is a new for me. I love January. It starts a whole new year because I'm surprised and waiting in expectation to see what God's going to do in my life. Try it. If that's your thing and you make New Year's resolutions, losing weight is fine. Stop smoking is fine. Start, exercising, that's fine. Start reading the Word. A lot of people have that. Do that. But still away with you. And for the ones who are totally burnt out or feel that you've lost yourself, find a counselor. Let's please not negate that. I need to stress that more than anything, that let's not fake the funk. Yes, there's prayer. Yes, there's God. But there's nothing wrong with seeking out professional help, godly help, a Christian counselor. Everybody needs that once in a while. And if you don't, thank God for Jesus. I really stress that because if you know me, you know, thank God, I'm clothed in my right mind. But I used to suffer from depression. And a lot of it was because life was so overwhelming and overtaking me. The devil is a liar. No. And it has been good to walk in this deliverance and healing. And I promised myself I won't ever go back. I won't give the devil a foothold. I won't let somebody take me out of myself where I'm running ragged. Now, today was one of those days where I'm thinking, oh my goodness, got my days mixed up. We all do that. But sometimes that's an indicator right there. Take care of you. That means you're going too fast. And if you say, no, not right now, or I'm not able to do that, and it's okay. If you say no to someone, and your family, your loved ones, your child, your mate, your person that you're taking care of, and they don't always understand it, and they have a tizzy, no. I'm gonna go walk today. I'm gonna go spend a half an hour in the Word. And I keep expressing that one and stressing that one because that does wonders. It's like taking a pill for a headache. It's like a warm glass of milk. It's like roses being brought to you. It just does something for your soul and your spirit. Always take care of your mind, your body, and your soul. And yes, these are our temples. We do have to take care of them. I know a lot of us run to that salty food, that fattening food, that cake, those pies, whatever. That's a way that we comfort ourselves. Learn to comfort yourself in the Lord. It does. It makes a difference. It's okay to be you. It's okay not to be able to do everything you set out to do. I make it a point on my to-do list for the day, never more than 4 things. Because if I do, half of those will be put on tomorrow's to-do list. Make God a thing to do. Make you a thing to do. Love yourself. And if you don't know how, learn to. Because a lot of us don't. Always think about that. And I said to my spiritual mom, well, I don't know about that love yourself as your neighbor, because a lot of us don't love ourselves. That's something new that you can start to do, because God loves you. God wants you whole and at peace, not to be running around anxious, nervous, unfinished things, laundry, bills, everything. The day gets so busy. By the time you hit your head on that pillow, it's like, whew. Try loving on yourself. Prayer always works. Pray for self, pray for your family, and pray for that place in your life where you can't let go, where you're not able to say no yet. He'll do it. Healing is necessary. I'm praying for you. Try to let go of the world right now and just be. Be at peace, not in pieces. Be blessed. Be loving, be kind. But be you. Be true to you. To thine own self be true. It's tough out here. And I know the holidays will soon be over and we can relax. We get right back on that mom wheel, that caretaker giver role, and we just start all over again. It's a new season, and the new season starts with you. You are the break that you seek. When you say sometimes I need a break, give yourself that break, because your kids are not going to do it. If you see them calling, especially if they're adults, if it's not important, press the button. I know that's hard to even imagine, banging on your kids. Like, no, just breathe. Just breathe. I'm sorry, I do it. Mom, you saw me calling. I sure did. I was talking to God. Yeah, I was. And I might even talking with myself. But it's okay. You're not a doctor. You're not a lawyer. Not a bail bondsman. You're not God. You're not the paramedics. And if you are, I'm not talking about your profession, then you do that. But what I'm saying is sometimes when people have an emergency, it's really not. It's a place to inconvenience us because of their procrastination or because their urgency. Your urgency does not become mine. No. Make anew this season. Spend time with you and God. Get to the house of God sometime. Sometimes that is, and especially if you got a household of people who don't go, because, for me and mine, we will serve the Lord. But there's a lot of us out there who as family don't go. That's where you can go get some peace by yourself. Singing hymns all the way to and all the way back. And expect God to do something. Walk out not the same as you walked in. I've given you a lot of tools, and I'm sure there's a lot of them that I left out. But it's just encouragement to say, sis, I see you. I know what you're going through. I know how busy you are. And more than anything, you're doing the thing. You're doing it. You're doing a great job. God sees. The kids see. Even if they don't say thank you. The spouse sees, even if they don't say thank you. The boss sees, even if they don't say thank you. But I say thank you. Because without all of us, this world would not move. It wouldn't. They can play that if they want to. So be encouraged. Find yourself with God. Come to yourself in God. And just be. Do whatever brings you joy, peaceful joy, godly joy. And just be. I thank you for spending this time with me in your busy day on a Saturday here at Mama's Knee. Be sure to catch us next week. Be sure to like, share, subscribe for the family, subscribe for fun. We love you, and I'll see you next week. Be blessed.